Where the treasure of a man is, that is where his heart is. Now, when we talk about treasure of a man, we are not just talking about wealth only. We're talking about his lifestyle. We're talking about his character. These are things that mold a man to become who he is. Okay, so for everybody, for every man, every woman who is in business, in manufacturing, and the entertainment industry, there are three basic laws that regulate these industries. And as a person, as an individual who is into these areas that I have mentioned, you must have a lawyer by your side that will guide you in your decisions, in the choices that you make, in the agreement that you receive or you make or you enter into, in the form of partnership that you may decide to go into. You must be properly guided. Now, I started by saying that where a man's treasure is, that is where his heart is. I'm not the one who made up this quote. It's there in the Bible. And what most people do not understand is that the Bible is not for spirituality only. The Bible is about real life situations, human beings who were living their lives just like you and I, who applied these principles and it worked for them. And these things were all documented for our own good. It's not because God needs these principles to do anything, no. He knows that these principles work and that we, his people, we will need them. Just like a manufacturer will produce an item and then provides a manual for whoever may come in contact with that product or that item. That is how God has provided the Bible for us as a manual. Let's get right into what we want to talk about today. So as somebody who is in the entertainment industry, you are in business, whether buying, whether selling, whether just services, these laws that I'm about to mention are very crucial. And you must have a lawyer by your side that will guide you every step of the way. Okay? Now we have the patent and design. That is one of the laws. We have the trademark. That is another law. And then we have the Copyright Act. These three laws are key in these areas of interaction that I have talked about. Now, for the trademark, we are talking about that design, that description, that way of branding that distinguishes your product, your services, that's your item from every other person's product or business. It makes your business to stand out. And should anybody anywhere try to imitate it, an action will come up against such a person. Because the law is saying that this brand belongs to this person, which means any other person that is making use of that design, that description, that brand wants to mislead the public. The law says no, don't do that. We also have the patent and design. We are talking about, when we talk about patents and design, we're talking about intellectual rights, property rights. These things have been there. Some people just think that it is just a system that is, or an aspect of law that is just evolving. No, it's been there. I know that even as undergraduates back then, we were also taught. So it's not just a branch of law that is just evolving. No, it has been there. But people just have now come to discover that people just choose one aspect of the law that they want to talk about. So I am bringing it to you today that this branch of the law has been there. So this is an intellectual rights, property rights that you enjoy as a person who has manufactured or invented something to the exclusion of any other person. Nobody dares to interfere except with your consent, except you decide to do a transfer to another person on terms and conditions that you will agree with such a person. Now, we also have the Copyright Act. For those who are into production of movies, music, broadcasting, this is very crucial for you. You own a television station, you own a radio station, you're a movie producer, you're a musician, you're a dancer, all of these things are here. Even if you are not a producer by yourself, but you are an actor, this will be very, very important in your career because it gives you a specific name that is statutorily recognized under our law in Nigeria. The law sees you as important. You have a place. You have your protection under the law. As somebody who is just an actor, the law calls you a performer. So there is protection for you under our law in Nigerian legal system. There are rights. There are situations that can come up and you can have an action against whoever breaches that right that you have been provided for to enjoy under the law. So you see why I said that if you are into any of these areas that you need these three laws. Now, with the advent of social media, content creation, and people just jumping into trends and all that, people acting for others to post on their YouTube pages, on their platforms, people coming to dance in your dance video, do you know that all those people qualify as performers that are entitled to share in that thing that they are doing with you? Or you want to shoot a content and then somebody else is covering the photography for you, doing the videography for you. If there is no other agreement to the contrary, that person can come for rights over such video and it will go. It will go. But you know, we are in this part of the world that we don't really know all these details. And everybody wants to be on the spotlight. But you don't know what comes with being in the spotlight. You don't even want to know. So long as that famous musician, that famous actor, that celebrity has featured you, you are just satisfied. You are okay. Do you know that you have rights as somebody who is performing for another person's program? This is Xavier Law Essence. This is where we give you premium legal tips to help you make informed decisions, live informed life, and discover the best version of yourself. We'll see you again.